Hello!
When do you think we're gonna fight Mirror B?
Say what? I don't know what you just referenced, but whatever. We're doing
There's a
recess
reference
today,
to
everyone.
Pokemon Coliseum.
Wait, what?
There's a reference to Pokemon Coliseum.
What was the reference again?
When do you think we're gonna fight Mirror B?
Mirror B.
Yeah, the guy with the giant freaking afro and the 4 Ludicolo's.
I don't remember that. Oh well. Anyway, though, we're talking what's his face today. So you were in this room the entire recess.
Here.
What? What? Don't link me something. What are you doing? Are you linking me something? Don't...
Like I said, I made a call to the precinct to get that big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end in here.
At least your story is consistent. Earlier you stated that you were in this lobby with Miss Yu.
Yeah, I ran into her in the hallway. She had said she wanted to talk to me about something, so we came in here.
Then what you're saying is that until Detective Gumshoe's arrival, you and Miss Yu were in 2 different directions.
I guess I am.
Interesting. Speaking of that lawyer, she seems to have a greater dislike for you. Let's see. Miss Yu is the sister of the victim of the KG-8 incident. And as I recall, Detective Bad was the lead detective on the case. I wonder if the reason for her disdain isn't simply because you failed to guard Cece. Disdain? I thought it was disdain or something.
No.
I'm confused. But because you were the lead detective on the case.
You knew?
I also know that today's trial involving the Cadopian Embassy staff member is being referred to as the second KG-8 incident. Now then, detective, I believe it's time you were honest with me. And told me the truth, and nothing but the truth, behind your relationship with Miss Yu and Mr. Faraday. And the KG-8 incident.
If you already know that much, I guess it'd be alright to tell you.
Oh, he's going to tell me!
Thought you were gonna go eat an energy bar or something.
I changed my mind. We're gonna get 3 more episodes in, so we gotta act fast here, man. We can't afford for an energy bar right now. Now then, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the KG-8. I swear that's not how I meant to say that.
It's not exactly a happy story. Other than the people who were directly involved. You 2 will be the first to hear what I'm about to tell. So it is a freaking sucker. The honest truth about the KG-8 incident. Because he took it out of his mouth, I'm gonna stop talking muffled. Faraday, you and I.
Sounds kind of the same to me.
Well, I was speaking differently whenever he would say like S's. I'd make it like an SH sound. As you already know, we 3 were involved with the KG-8 incident. Faraday and I, we were originally on the trail of a smuggling ring.
You mean the smuggling case involving one of the Amano Group's secretaries?
That trial was just a front.
A facade?
Really?
What?
A facade?
Was that not right?
Facade!
Gosh dang it.
I know you've heard the word facade before.
I probably have.
Facade!
Whatever, man.
Oh my god!
I think he's lost his marbles now. Did I win the bet? Did I lose my marbles first, or did he lose his marbles first?
I hate you so much.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah, but the case became tainted.
Tainted, not tainted.
All because the witness who was going to testify about the Amano Group's ties to the smuggling ring, CCU, was killed.
Then what became of the secretary who was arrested?
His name was Colin Deveray. To be honest, the guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring, but he confessed to knowing about it anyway. Deveray was probably being intimidated by the big boss man. Just another scapegoat.
The boss man of the Amano group. He can't seriously mean Mr. Ernest Amano. That can't be right. It's probably just Detective Bad's personal hypothesis. What is he trying to do, suspecting Mr. Amano of being involved with smuggling?
Facade.
I suppose it would have been quite difficult to secure an acquittal, as we confessed.
The funniest thing about it is that you said it in the Francisco voice, and she's supposed to be a genius. A Facade!
Well, it would have been silly with Edgeworth too, because he's supposed to be a genius too.
Oh my god.
But the man who killed CCU, Very Cochin, was a completely different person. Or was he?
Completely different persona.
But since he's already been acquitted once of Flutter, Mr. Faraday, how could you have let him go?
If I remember correctly, I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him.
That wasn't Faraday's fault. It was mine. I wasn't vigilant enough. Faraday, Cece, I was supposed to protect them both.
Miss Yu did mention that as well. About how Detective Bad was supposed to guard her sister.
But even I, who was supposed to protect them, I fell into their trap.
What kind of trap?
The holes in this jacket are a testament to that trap. Did you fall into a spike pit?
You mean you were fired upon?
You were shot at the many times in one gunfight?
No.
That's unfortunate.
Only about half of these are from that case. But the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself of the lessons I've learned from the KG-8 incident.
I see.
I couldn't protect CCU, and the suspect was found not guilty. We had hit a brick wall, as far as the law was concerned. And that's when she came to the courtroom, the victim's sister. That's when I first met Callisto Yu.
I wonder what happened. Did I get anything new? No, I didn't. I don't know why I thought I got something new.
I feel like it's been forever since we looked at logic.
Yeah, a little bit.
About when... I think we saw that freaking window thing too. About when you first met Miss Yu. It was on the day the verdict of the KG-8 incident was handed down, was it not?
Yes, Faraday and I. We apologized to her from the bottom of our hearts. It was all we could do, but just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back, she said. And then she gave me a hard slap across the face.
Well, she certainly had a lot of self-control to stop this just a slap.
What?
If it was me, not even 100 lashes would have been a punishment enough.
I suppose not. You said it herself. That she never wanted to see either of us ever again.
But after that, you've seen her many times over, correct?
What? Yeah, Faraday and I, even after the KG-8 incident had come to a close, we continued to hunt down the smuggling ring and got involved in a variety of cases. But it was no use. We cracked so many different cases. But the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring.
Is the ring really that big?
It was in the pursuit of this ring that we met you once again. It was during another trial related to the smuggling ring. Faraday was the prosecutor, and I, as the lead detective, took to the witness stand. She appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney.
Her Edgeworth...
Her Edgeworth!
Her client was related to the smuggling ring, and she was defending them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you. She was pursuing the ring as best she could as a lawyer. And I think she defended Rel this time for the same reason.
Come to think of it, Miss Yu did say something to the same effect. Or did she?
Oh, I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG8 incident, alright?
And for that you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer.
Oh, I keep forgetting who's talking. This is why you should have been her. Gosh dang it. Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. ... The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rel was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. It doesn't matter what her reason is. Having a criminal is despicable.
You're so naive, little girl. I could have stolen this lollipop from you. That's how naive you are.
How dare you insult the daughter of Von Karma?
Just like us, you felt that she had hit the limit of what the law could do. That's all.
That's all. The law is merely a tool. There is no limit to it. Only the skill of the craftsman.
Well, according to Christoph Gavin, apparently the law is absolute, so I don't know what you're talking about, Edgeworth.
You two are still too young. But one day you'll know what I mean. ... But enough sidetracking. What matters is that we met you again in pursuit of the smuggling ring. That's all.
That's all, folks. That's all, folks.
Okay.
So what was your relation to Mr. Faraday? You even seem to know Kay fairly well.
I met him when he was a rookie prosecutor. Known him ever since. Okay, I've known her since the day she was born. Faraday and I, we cracked quite a few cases together.
But you two seem to have made no progress at all in the Yatagarasu case. ...
Did we touch a nerve?
I only have one thing to say to you. No one knew more about the Yatagarasu than me and Faraday. That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial. To prove that Rel was not the real Yatagarasu. Which I would have done if he hadn't turned around and accused Faraday. After the accusation, I was asked to testify, but this time, to prove or disprove the accusation. But I guess I won't be doing that either.
I sense that there's no more to that statement than meets the eye. Perhaps a bit more digging into the Yatagarasu is what's necessary.
Alright, and then they just put that right in the middle for some reason.
Yeah, why'd they put that above that?
That's a little weird. They don't normally do that.
Maybe that means that the relation to Faraday is gonna come open again.
What? No!
You claim to have known much about the Yatagarasu. Would you care to share what you know with us?
With me or something? I don't really know.
What you two should be looking for right now is proof of murderous intent towards Faraday and Rel.
I agree, which is exactly why I'm asking you about the Yatagarasu.
What?
The KG8 incident and the second KG8 incident, both of these cases are tied to the smuggling ring. And in both of these cases, the witness who was to testify about the ring was murdered. However, there is one point in which they differ, and that is the presence of the or absence of the great thief Yatagarasu. ... Mr. Rel claimed to be the Yatagarasu. However, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the real Yatagarasu. Then during the recess, they were both killed. Don't you find that to be the least bit odd?
Miles Edgeworth, stop beating around the bush and just spit it out already.
I believe that there must be some reason that the two men suspected of being the Yatagarasu were both killed at the same time.
Reason, huh?
Why are they both killed by K?
Yeah,
Ugh, I highly doubt that. But you never know.
the
Probably
10-year-old shot a man and then stabbed another man.
It might be the reason why she got away with it.
And so, in order to catch Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell's cold-blooded killer, I feel that I need to learn as much as I can about the Yatagarasu.
If it'll help you solve this case,
Will it?
then I'll tell you. I'll tell you the reason why we never caught the Yatagarasu.
What was that sudden outburst for? You almost made me whip me by accident.
Edgeworth, yep.
No.
It still accidentally whipped me anyway.
There are three main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First,
It's too bad the Yatagarasu is not 3 steps ahead.
the Yatagarasu isn't Robin.
It's good. Didn't know that.
The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. Third, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever.
I see. So those are the Yatagarasu's special traits.
Sounds like an incredibly elusive thief.
The Yatagarasu has never been caught on tape, never tries to draw anyone's attention, and would never do something as lowbrow as commit murder.
Oh no.
That's how I knew that Rel wasn't the real Yatagarasu right away.
But you can't use that sort of logic on its own. It's a proof that it wasn't.
Listen, little girl, I'm not done talking yet. What's different about this time was that evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Kodopian embassy. The Yatagarasu.
Bom, bom, bom!
The Yatagarasu sent the evidence.
Until now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time.
Oh no.
The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select few others knew about.
In that case, how can you be so sure that it was the Yatagarasu who sent it?
That's easy. A special card that only the Yatagarasu uses was attached.
Really?
That's how I can be so sure.
And just what sort of card is it?
Here, take a look at this article.
Yatagarasu haunts embassy. The noble Yatagarasu vigilante of the business world reappears.
That's also the card that was left in Edgeworth's office in the first case.
Was it?
Yeah,
That's the card?
I think so.
That newspaper was the card.
No, the card that's right there on the newspaper.
Oh, I see. Ugh.
Whenever the Yatagarasu wants to publicize something, a white card is sent along with the stolen information. But when we question Rel about what was sent along with the white card,
Something happened?
Rel had no idea what it was.
Ah, and that's how Detective Bad knew that Mr. Rel, was a phony. Thank you very much. I have a much better understanding of the Yatagarasu now.
Why do you always gotta be pulling that mirror out, man?
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from today's trial over to you. So if you could please head over to the courtroom, it'd be much appreciated, sir.
Why is Bad looking away?
Understood. I'll be there shortly.
At least he's not menacing the potted plant anymore.
Detective Bad, what does the law mean to you?
Many ellipses. Finding the answer to that question is the one reason I'm still alive. The only reason I'm still alive.
I became a prosecutor to find the answer to that question myself. and to play a part in ensuring that all criminals everywhere are found guilty.
Alrighty then, Edgeworth, you say so. September 10th, District Courts, Courtroom number 3. I like how they stopped showing the time after it got past 5 p.m. It's like, the time doesn't matter anymore. Big whoop.
The time didn't really matter to begin with.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Sad,
Oh my gosh, it appears his honor is still a bit disappointed.
Dispirited.
What? Oh, whatever. I thought it said something else. For the first time today, I experienced what it's like to stand at the witness stand. I now have a greater... Why am I reading this wrong right now?
Appreciation.
Like, I'm stumbling over the word appreciation for whatever reason. But for just how hard it is to give testimony. Well, there's no reason for you to be all depressed about it, Your Honor. Stretch. As a judge.
Okay.
No one expects you to think about anything other than the verdict.
Francisca, there is no need to further depress his honor.
But I'm not trying to, Miles.
Your Honor. Your Honor, I've come to collect the evidence that was to be transferred to me. Your Honor, the evidence... Your Honor.
Wake up.
Oh, yes, can I help you?
I'd like to collect the evidence now, sir.
Your Honor, do you think you can stay focused long enough to at least do your job?
Yes,
I'm sorry. And I would expect that the defense attorney has yet to arrive.
She is busy with the investigation, so let's keep this brief, shall we?
Very well. In that case, please confirm that all the pieces of evidence are present.
How could he confirm what he doesn't know?
Exactly. Furthermore, the evidence that was used in the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell are also included, so please go ahead and use them in your investigation into their case.
Understood, Your Honor. The pieces of evidence that was used by the murder of those two men...
What? Used by the murder?
This could be a very good chance for me to find new leads regarding their case.
You also completely dropped the Edgeworth voice.
What? No, I didn't.
And maybe even something that will finally lead me to the truth.
That entire last line was in your voice.
What? No, come on, really?
Yeah.
Ah, I've placed all of the evidence over at the prosecutor's bench for you.
What's on the defendant's side?
I wonder.
I see. Thank you very much. I will go and confirm that they are all accounted for.
Why do they not have the same evidence? Shouldn't they have the same evidence? That would make sense, wouldn't it?
What do you expect them to make, a duplicate gun?
Well, it could be like, hey, there's a gun, or there was a gun. They don't have to have the physical gun itself.
Evidence that Miss Yu prepared is just sitting here on this table.
Excuse me. You know you can't just walk off with it, right?
Of course I do. Miss Yu must have been caught off guard by her client's sudden accusation. I wonder how she would have defended Mr. Rell in the case if he were still alive. It's a good question.
We may never know the answer to that.
You're not going to talk to the judge?
So, this is the evidence related to the day's Kodopian Embassy trial for Mr. Faraday's bag.
You mean the evidence bag that was on the table for the zoo, right?
What?
Yes, finally, we can now take a look at the evidence itself and not just data about them. Let's be sure to thoroughly examine them while we have the time.
The vine?
You know, like shining vine, man.
Where did the letter B come from?
I think I was squinting a little bit too much and I saw a B for some reason. I don't know, man. Agreed. I want to take a good look at all the evidence from the Embassy Murder 2.
And why is that?
Because I still don't fully understand what today's trial is about.
No. Don't point your crop at me just because you don't know something.
And don't you try to order me around just because Papa chose you today.
I see someone is still sore about not being picked by Mr. Von Karma.
Well, she's not an attorney yet. Or she's not a prosecutor yet, whatever you want to call it, man, I don't really know.
Why is
That's
the
also-
knife more real than the gun?
What?
Why is the knife more real than the gun?
What do you mean more real than the gun?
Also real to see the knife up close.
Oh, it's also real. You have to see the knife up close.
So we have the knife, the gun, and envelope.
Well, probably because the blood is on it? I don't know.
And what's this organizer doing here?
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot to tell you. About what?
No.
About what, Your Honor? They found Mr. Faraday's personal organizer inside that evidence bag of his. Detective Bad requested it be passed along to you. He said it would help the investigation.
Detective Bad said that.
Now, why would he say that, I wonder?
Maybe because he thought it would help with the investigation.
This strange stroke of luck.
Well, never look a gift
Never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Have
You
you never
might
heard that
as
phrase?
well flip through it too.
I mean, I know you've probably never heard that phrase before.
I thought it was different. I thought the wording was different. I heard of it. I just thought the words were different
No,
for some reason.
never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Like never look at something horse in the mouth, but it all started with a G, like a gid. I don't freaking know, man.
Yes, a gid!
A gid horse.
No, because that's a word.
Oh, I don't know. What is a gift horse? That seems a little bit weird. I mean, honestly, man, what the heck is that?
I won't rest until...
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
Why has that become a new meme for you?
What? I won't rest until I've inspected every single
Yeah.
nook and cranny? Because it's freaking it's awesome, obviously.
You're an idiot.
What else is new? Heck with it, I'll look at the freaking Wright thing last.
It's the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday.
Who would have thought that
What?
could be used for such a cruel act?
How much time do we have left?
I don't know. I forgot.
Wait, you're the one that said you wanted to fit in 3 more episodes.
I forgot to put down the time we started this episode, so
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just kind of estimating at this point, and hopefully I'm not undershooting it.
And it's never crossed your mind that you were using the riding crop for the wrong purpose.
Possibility. You never know about that, really.
This gun, it was originally used to kill the Kradopian embassy staff member. When the crime was reported, the responding police...
I almost said Edgeworth.
The end.
The Edgeworth responding police found Mr. Rell still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest.
And then the gun took the land. The original shooter's
okay.
life. How ironic.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything else we can learn from this piece of evidence.
So, yeah, well, I guess not, apparently. Can I
Look at
examine
the
the table?
envelope.
No. What do you say?
Did you look at the envelope?
I haven't looked at the wallet yet.
Well, that's the organizer. That's the new piece of evidence, so I assumed that was going to be the important thing.
Mr. Faraday's organizer.
I thought the freaking envelope was the organizer. I'm confused.
No, that's an envelope.
Mr. Ferris. But I thought that was where he organized his thoughts.
In an envelope?
Yeah.
No.
He like wrote things down and then put it in a case file.
No.
I'm confused, whatever.
It appears that he was in the habit of using it.
It looks like he wrote his strategy for getting Mr. Rell convicted in here.
Okay.
Down here.
I have collected the evidence I need to prove that Rell.
Wait, what? Whoa, hold on now. Hold your horses,
Rell was
Edward.
the killer between the handgun.
Between the handgun and the hat on him when he was arrested in the surveillance tape, I should be able to prove that he was the one something.
He was
Is there
the
more?
one. He was the killer. He was the one who
It
killed.
appears that Faraday honestly believed that Mr. Bell was the killer in this case. The sound of his handgun going off was recorded with superb clarity on the surveillance video. I also have evidence that I can use to prove that Rel is not the real Yatagarasu. And it would also appear that he had proof that Mr. Rel was not the Yatagarasu. No matter how he may try to play it, as long as I have the Yatagarasu's key, I can prove he's a phony. If I present it to him in court, it should clear everything up. And he apparently also had a very definitive piece of evidence.
I would assume the card.
It's been a long battle. I hope that this will finally bring it to an end. Let's see. Well, I guess we'll see if we finally brought it to an end of the next exciting episode now. I'm gonna be even more tired in the next exciting episode, everyone. Look forward to it.
I feel like playing through Symphonia again.
What?
I feel like playing through Symphonia again.
You should do that. Ooh, boy.
No, you play it with me.
No. There's so much lag. Can't do that, man.
How you figure? It wasn't that bad.
Oh, there's gonna be so much. What are you talking about?
There's like one bit of lag like in the entire fight with Abyssian that lasted like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and the end of the game totally didn't have any lag either. Oh well, whatever.
We're not
Everyone.
talking
See you
about the
later,
freaking
everyone. Bye
cutscenes, we're
bye.
talking about